Welcome to Dublin, capital of the Irish Republic, and soon to play host to your Queen. It's the first visit of a British monarch while we've been in charge over here. That's a pretty big deal in some quarters. Why?
Time for a quick history lesson for our British friends.
Ironically, the English were invited here in 1169 by an Irishman who wanted to help retake his kingdom.
Come on in, lads.
But you know the way you invite someone for dinner and then they stay till 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, you guys wouldn't take the hint for about 750 years. And Dublin Castle became the seat of English power.
There was various invasions, repressions of freedom and religion, massacres and so on for about 300 years.
And then things took a turn for the worse. Oliver Cromwell was voted among the top 10 greatest Britons of all time.
Funny, he's in one of our top 10 lists as well. Our top 10 genocidal tyrants.
In battles at Drogheda, way to the north, and Wexford, way to the south, he didn't just defeat the Irish, he brutally massacred the women and children too.
That's him off our Christmas card list.
Then all our land was confiscated and given to Englishmen.
And under the many penal laws the English introduced, our rights were eroded.
Our religion was banned, agus Curious Gearan, Idicus at all, new our Janga Fein allowed.
Right, Colin, let's go for a pint. Time to get the crack from the locals about the visit.
Any tourist, even if it's ourselves, coming in, we'd be glad to make a few bob over. A euro here or there.
I think there's no point in having the Queen of England visiting Ireland.
I just think it's fantastic. I mean, as I said, like, times have changed quite a lot.
It'd be very interesting to see, will the Queen apologise for, you know, the years of oppression?
Let's get back to the history. By the 1840s, relegated to the worst land, we Irish survived on one solitary crop.
The humble spud. When potato blight struck, for 5 successive years, the entire country starved.
Even though wealthy English landlords were exporting more than enough food to feed all of Ireland. But the ruling British government decided not to meddle in free trade.
Over 1 million people died. Sir Charles Trevelyan said, "The judgment of God sent a calamity to teach the Irish a lesson."
And he was the guy in charge of famine relief.
Another 1.5 million people fled the famine on so-called coffin ships.
Imagine hundreds of people crammed in here for 3 months sailing to America. You could say Anglo-Irish relations had sunk to an all-time low.
We were determined to be free, but we couldn't get home rule. So on Easter Monday 1916, Irish nationalists led an uprising and used this general post office as their headquarters.
Bad day if you just happen to be buying a stamp. You can still see the bullet holes.
They raised the tricolour and declared a free republic.
After 5 days of fierce fighting, the British crushed the rebellion and executed the 14 leaders, which turned almost the entire country against them. Oops.
3 years later, led by the legendary Michael Collins, the Irish launched a War of Independence. The guerrilla warfare lasted 2 years, then the British finally gave in. The Anglo-Irish Treaty was signed and power was handed over to Michael Collins on this very spot.
We had an independent state at last. Well, except for the 6 counties in the north, which remained part of Britain.
But that's another story.